The number 7 fight on the list I found in an article going over the top 100 fights of Dan Albert, who is a boxing writer that has been writing stuff for a little while. And you guys should go definitely check him out if you like anything that I make. And he describes this fight, which is Mario Alberto Demarco versus Mian Wu Ya 1, which took place on November 30th, 1986 for the WBA Junior Flyweight Championship, as the highest output that he's ever seen in a boxing match. And initially, just reading about that and seeing a couple clips, I'm like, this looks pretty crazy, but I don't think there's no way it has the highest output. And after watching the full thing front to back, I have to agree this is the most insane and even exhausting fight of all time just to watch. It's a lot going on. This is probably the hardest fight to follow. The fact that these guys just keep on throwing punches at each other, on top of the fact that they're basically wearing the same exact trunks, it's just a lot going on, but it's actually in a good way. This is probably one of my favorite fights personally to watch, even though it doesn't really have the drama of the fights ahead of it. It's just a pure spectacle what these guys were able to do and actually walk away somewhat intact. Mario Alberto Demarco was the guy from Mexico who was coming in, expected to kind of get run through by Mian Wu Ya, who is just known to completely overwhelm guys. But he himself took the strategy of refusing to go backwards and put Mian Wu Ya on the back foot early. And if you could say that anything in this fight is on the back foot, but comparing the two, DeMarco was definitely the one leading the dance. But Mian Wu Ya starts to adapt to DeMarco's pressure with more and more body shots, some of the best framing in particular I've ever seen in a title fight, and some amazing pivots to kind of make DeMarco use all his momentum and put him in bad positions. So Mian Wu Ya starts to figure this stuff out and actually starts to land more flurries later on and kind of reverses the position of him being more of the volume puncher that he typically is and forcing DeMarco to rely on some unsuccessful power shots. But this fight doesn't slow down in any sense. Mian Wu Ya starts to overwhelm DeMarco, but it doesn't seem to really matter because DeMarco thinks that he's immortal, apparently, and can just withstand anything. And both of these guys just went out there, put on one of the absolute greatest displays of cardio I've ever seen in a fight. Definitely a must-watch fight. The fighter with the Latin lettering is DeMarco, and the fighter with the Korean lettering on his trunks is Mian Wu Ya. It's going to be a little bit hard to follow initially, but once you get used to it and just lock in the focus on the fight, this is one of the greatest displays in boxing history.